Hey guys, Big Red 310. Sorry I'm not doing this. I wanted to do this a few days ago, and I did it, and then I just said, you know what, just write a comment to spinnernet. That's what I did. And then I just finished seeing Colner2736 and Coffee Ninja B8's response to spinnernet, and you know what, I decided, fine, I'll do it. Because I have an opinion that needs to be heard. Okay, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this. I started watching, when I really got into it, it was literally just when The Rock left. But the first wrestler who I ever profiled was The Rock. The wrestler who I loved playing the most with on Wrestlemania X8, was he in that game? I think he was The Rock. So, I'm not trying to be a mark, because I love Austin also. I'm just trying to give you my side of things. Okay, let's see if I can go on over here, because my internet's down, so I'm just going to try to remember off the top of my head. What was the first one? Who had the better finisher, the Stone Cold Stunner or the Rock Bottom? If it's just those two moves, it's iffy. But if you have to add all their finishers, you gotta go with The Rock, because all Austin really had was the Stunner. He had the Cobra Clutch, which he never used, except I think in his match against Bret Hart, and of course when he was the Ringmaster. But really, The Rock just had a more variety of finishers. He had more finishers than just the People's Elbow. He also had the Spine Buster, which is what set up the People's Elbow 99% of the time, aside from the Rock Bottom. He had the Sharpshooter, which he did use. So there you go on that. Just just to clarify some things, because people get confused. But yeah, Rock had a more variety of finishers. But if you just have to stick with those two, which one's more devastating? I'm not so sure. The Rock, he just kind of slams him on the ground, but Austin, hits your jaw. It's debatable. I'm gonna say the Stunner just to make some people happy. Maybe because although the Rock Bottom was kind of cool to see, but in my opinion, if you have to go from the finishers from both men, The Rock would win just because The Rock had more finishers. I mean, can't make it much simpler than that. The Rock had more finishers than Austin did. But since it's just between those two, then those two moves, I'm just gonna have to say the Stunner. Okay, who had the better feuds? This one's tough. I'm gonna have to say Austin, obviously. I mean, I know Triple H Rock had some great feuds with Triple H. In my opinion, he had better feuds with Triple H than Austin did, because Austin and Triple H really had that one big match. Yeah, they fought at No Mercy, but that match is what everyone remembers it by. For Rock Triple H, I remember Backlash. I remember Fully Loaded 1999 in the strap match, and 1998 in the 2 out of 3 falls match. I remember the ladder match at SummerSlam. I remember probably my favorite match between the two, the 60-minute Iron Man match that they had at Judgment Day. For Austin Triple H, a really good match is their No Way Out 2 out of 3 falls. Yeah, their No Mercy match is good, but that's really the only match that people really care about. So yeah, I think Rock definitely had a better feud with Triple H, but Austin had better feuds in total, which I don't think is totally The Rock's fault. Austin was around since 1989. The Rock was around since 1996. Sorry about the music. I officially started playing Legends of Wrestlemania. I'm into it. I gotta admit, it's a pretty fun game. And I remember all the stuff. Hey, for all you Cool Beware haters. I don't even know if you can hear it here, but okay, let's go to the next one. Sorry about the delay. So better feuds, gotta go with Austin. Just because Austin had some great feuds over the past few years with Savio Vega, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, just the entire Hart Foundation in total. The Rock, Vince McMahon, which everyone remembers is possibly the greatest feud of all time in wrestling, because it ran the longest. It was 2 years, possibly 3. So, and if you count the end of 2001, kind of 4. So, there you go on that. Best overall wrestler, I'm going to go with The Rock here. I know Austin was better technically in his WCW days, but if we're just comparing their Attitude Era days, which seems what everyone's doing, I gotta say The Rock. After Austin hurt his neck, he was never really the same. The Rock always entertained me. Austin was more of a brawler towards the Attitude Era days. I remember his match with Triple H at No Mercy for 8 minutes. 8 minutes they fought outside the ring. That's insane. You don't wrestle for 8 minutes. You brawl when you fight outside the ring. And they did it for 8 minutes. So, yeah, definitely Austin was more of a brawler type than an actual wrestler. Well, he was better technically in WCW and ECW, and he was kind of a little technical towards the end. But really, for the most part, he was kind of a brawler. I was always highly entertained by The Rock's matches. I never got bored for a second. I have gotten bored through Austin matches sometimes. Sometimes. Don't give me so much shit. So I'm going to say The Rock. Just in my opinion, it was The Rock. Who is better at promos? Again, The Rock. Spinnernet made a great point. Rock just has a bunch of corny catchphrases. You know what? I love those corny catchphrases. There's a DVD on The Rock. I forget what it's called. There's Austin, Hell Yeah, McFoley, Hard Knocks, and Cheap Pops. And this DVD on The Rock. You get them three. You get them combined. And basically, it was really more of an interview. They really focused more on The Rock's mic skills than his wrestling skills. And it was funny as hell. I said all those quotes over the weekend so much that my family hated me. Know your role and shut your mouth. Rudy Boo Candy ass. I repeated those lines over and over and over again. So, yeah, they stuck with me. I don't care if they were corny. They were funny. And that's why The Rock was he was just such a talent on the mic. Better WrestleMania performance, historic Mania matches. Definitely Austin, just because, like I said, with Brett. But if you want to say historic matches, I'd still kind of be Austin. But The Rock did have some historic matches outside of Mania. His Survivor Series 2001 match, I mean, come on, the end of the takeover, where he pinned Austin, actually, in the main event. That was like the first time ever that I saw, besides WrestleMania 19, that the WWE saw Rock is better than Austin at Survivor Series 2001. So yeah, but if you're going to do WrestleMania, just like I said, if Rock wrestled a little longer, he could have had more memorable moments. We could have seen The Rock Bret Hart. We could have seen The Rock Shawn Michaels. Even though they were in the same place at the same time, they never really crossed paths. So that's a shame, but you know what? Too bad. What happened, happened. Austin had better matches. Who was the better world champion? I'm going to go with The Rock on this one, believe it or not. Because for Austin's world title reign, he really just revolved around McMahon. Almost every single time. Every single time Austin held the title, McMahon was somehow involved. Even in late 2001, McMahon was involved. And I'm like, I kind of got tired of it. I'm like, please, for God's sakes, get McMahon off this guy. And I was kind of a little upset. I mean, I was kind of tired of every single time Austin held the title, McMahon had to be involved. And with The Rock, that was not the case. The Rock was champion as heel, as a good heel, might I add, in 98. Then in the 2000s, that's what everyone knows him for. He held the WCW title a few times in 2001 and 2002 when he beat The Undertaker. He held the title unsupervised. But honestly, McMahon was on Austin every single time Austin had the title, and I kind of got sick of it. I was done. I was like, rewatching the history. I'm like, God, man, did he ever hold the title when McMahon wasn't on him? And it's a shame. That's all I got to say about that. And that's why I think Rock was the better champion, because Rock didn't have McMahon on him. Rock had more title reigns. Obviously, they weren't as long, but still. Better seller. Gotta go with Austin on this one. People call it draw, or people give it to The Rock. Rock oversold a lot. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes it's really bad. With his match with Goldberg, oh my God, did he oversell. And I'm talking oversell. And I know you're trying to make Goldberg look strong, but really, he took it too far. He oversells a lot. So I'm definitely going to give Austin that one. So let's see. That's 1, 2, 2 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 2, 3 to 3. Austin's winning 4 to 3. Who is more important than WWF? Austin. Just for history purposes, it's Austin. 5 to 3. I'm sorry. Rock was extremely important, but Austin, just in the history created, and Austin is kind of a little more important now because Austin makes the appearances. They already lost The Rock, kind of, but they haven't lost Austin yet. Austin will still make sporadic appearances, so Austin is a little more important, and he does it in kind of serious roles. I said kind of. You know, he guest refereed at WrestleMania 23, guest refereed at Cyber Sunday for the past 2 years. So yeah, he was kind of an important guy to this day. So that's 5 to 3 Austin. Who's more durable, dependable? Rock. Injury-wise, The Rock rarely got injured. Austin was injured all the time. Not really all the time. Ever since the neck injury, we all know about that. And dependable, Austin no-showed a couple shows in 02. You don't do that. Sorry, Rock wins. Who's the better heel? Rock, easily. That guy was despised. When he was face at WrestleMania 13, a face being the Intercontinental Champion. That's when they started saying, Rocky sucks. Die, Rocky, die. Like, at loud intensity. And that's when they turned him heel. So when I said in a vid that fans can change a wrestler's thing, I was right. I read in Rock's book that he was so hated they had to turn him heel. They had to. Really, they had to. There was no way that they could have made him as believable heel. That's 5-5. In my opinion, both men were equally as good. I loved both men very much. I have all their DVDs. I think I have 4 from Austin, 4 from The Rock. Beautiful. They're both great. Love them both. Nice vid spin. And yeah, I'm out. I'm going to go play Legends of WrestleMania. Peace.